Chapter 3. Torres was trying to get Owen's attention, but his commander was lost in his own thoughts. "Let him be," Ryuk said, who was laying on a single bed inside his cell. "What did you do to him?" Torres growled. Ryuk sat up. "What do you mean? You saw I never touched him." "No, but the side of your face did something. Why did he call you brother?" Ryuk was about to answer when Owen interrupted. "Because he looks like my brother." Owen finally looked at Ryuk. "Why is that? Why do you have my brother's face?" Ryuk sighed. "Because I am your brother." Owen laughed. "Nice try. My brother was human when he disappeared." Wait, that's why you hate places like this. What did they do to you?" Owen got up and moved over to Ryuk's cell. "I wasn't kidnapped. My leaving was part of their plan. I was designed this way," Ryuk said calmly. Owen frowned. "You were designed? But you were conceived naturally. Our mother didn't suddenly get pregnant from nowhere." "No, I was conceived naturally, but a marker was placed inside our mother that directed the cell growth." A sick feeling suddenly formed in Owen's stomach. "So she was violated?" Ryuk looked at Owen in shock, but could see why he would think that. "No, they were approached by one of the race's scientists, and they agreed, but they also volunteered to have their memories wiped. Safer that way. If they were ever questioned about me, they would be telling the truth as far as they or a lie detector was concerned." "And why did the race want to create you?" Ryuk thought for a moment. He wasn't sure how Owen would react to his brother being part Dalek, so he decided to leave that part out for now. They wanted to understand humans, but relations between the two races have a violent past, so they created me to teach them. I was brought up by humans and naturally knew everything any other human does. I can explain why they act a certain way or how they think." "Sounds like a good way to get target information," Torres interrupted. "What a human thing to say." A new voice came from the cell next to Ryuk. Ryuk turned to face the cell where the new voice had come from. "Hello, I didn't realize we had company. Who are you?" The cell was dark. Ryuk could just make out a figure in the corner. "What did you mean that was a human thing to say?" Owen asked. "Humans always assume other races threaten them. More often than not, their own xenophobia leads to destruction on both sides." Ryuk saw the concern on Owen's face. "And you know of this because?" The figure loomed out of the darkness, revealing a wolf. Ryuk stepped back. While it was the same species as Talon, the wolf he had fought and killed while hunting for the humans, this one clearly had all of its marbles. In fact, it was female. Her eyes burned with fire at the sight of the two humans. She looked into Ryuk's eyes. For a moment there was a connection between them. "Now I understand. Your people were at war with the humans." "Not a war. A slaughter. Just because we are different, our culture involves things humans consider savage, so they decided it would be safer if they controlled us. Ha!" The wolf let out a laugh that echoed around the room. "What is your name?" Owen asked. He had moved to the edge of his cell. "Why? So you can put it on my grave?" the wolf said, almost daring Owen to attack her. "No, so I know how to address you. Not all humans are the same. The war you're referring to is considered by many to be one of not of our biggest mistakes. Schools teach that we shouldn't judge any race at all. We should learn about them." The wolf snorted. "Ha! Maybe you should be the new president. You seem to be level-headed. Willow." "My name is Willow," Willow said. Owen bowed his head. "Hello, Willow. I am Owen. That is Torres, and that is Ryuk. My brother." Willow regarded Ryuk. "There is something about you, Ryuk. Something familiar." In return, Ryuk regarded Willow. She had an athletic build, obviously for a wolf. Her eyes burned with a determination, but he sensed she was hiding something she felt very guilty about. Their conversation was cut short by the arrival of two troopers and Nolan Titan. He stood in the middle of the room and gave each of the prisoners a look. "Who are you?" Owen asked. Nolan focused on Owen. "Bring him!" he ordered, and two of the guards moved to Owen's cell. One of them opened the door, and the two of them dragged him out. Ryuk watched them leave and let out a growl. This caught Willow's attention, and the corner of her snout showed the smallest of smiles. Owen was pushed into a large lab. This one didn't contain any mutants, but in the centre of the room sat an ominous-looking medical chair. He was brought to the chair and forced into it. Restraints were placed around his wrists and ankles. The troopers retreated out of the room. Nolan slowly walked around the chair.
I am Nolan Titan. I am in charge of this facility.
Commander Owen Mendez of the Eden Alliance Security and Intelligence Corps. You are in violation of the Genetics Accord. Owen said as he squirmed in the chair. Nolan laughed.
Ha! I'm sure we are.
Owen frowned. Surrender yourself to me now, and I will put in a good word for you with the High Command. Nolan laughed even louder.
Who do you think sanctioned our mission here and supplied the resources?
Owen's eyes widened. The Alliance would never order the creation of these monsters.
Monsters? Ah, yes, I suppose they are a tad beastly, thanks to your cellmate,
Nolan said as he pressed a control on one of the consoles next to the chair. The door to the rear of the cell opened, and an older man in a white uniform entered. He was carrying a data slate in one hand and a container of liquid in the other.
Ah, Commander, I see you have another test subject for me. Excellent.
Nolan smiled as he looked at Owen.
I trust you will behave for the good doctor. I want him conditioned, not transformed.
As Nolan left the room, Owen watched as the doctor picked up a scanner and then gave him a creepy smile.
Well then, shall we begin?